The opponents today, Hanover, were relegated last year from the Bundesliga, and obviously we were promoted from Bundesliga 3 and expected to finish bottom of the table. So you wouldn't really expect us to be 4 places ahead of them in the table, would you? So as you can see here, we are in 6th place and Hanover are in 10th place. 34 points for them, 41 points for us, so it's a gap of, what, 7 points? So today we could go above Nuremberg into 5th if we win, and because we're the last game to play this week, we won't move out of 6th place, which is kind of nice. The only issue with this this match coming up, is that we don't have 3 of our main players. If we go into this, for some reason it's doing that. Van Aken is injured and suspended, so he will not be able to play in the centre back. So we brought in Trapp instead to play alongside Guggenig, and we'll have to bring on someone onto the bench, probably Conrad onto the bench. James Garner in the midfield as one of the deep line playmakers or Mazzala's, along with Levitt. Both of them are on international duty, so Blacker and Klaas are going to have to play, which means someone like Volts and who else we bring in? We'll bring in Henning on the bench. Actually, Halbrook can probably play over Conrad on the bench. And yeah, so we'll go into this game. Collar's not good. Actually, we'll probably put Volts back in the side now. Missed a bit through injury, I think. But yeah, so not ideal having 3 of our main players out. Obviously, international duty, they're back next week, so they'll be fine for the rest. Van Aken is injured with a virus, who he's going to be self-isolating for 2 weeks. But the team going into this match will be Korber in goal, Agu right back, Guggenig in the centre, alongside Trapp this time, Volts at left back, Blacker and Klaas to play in the middle with Schmidt just ahead of them, Uehm on the right, Bennett's on the left, and Kulvetter up front on his own as the pressing forward. So we'll go into it. I've just done this. So they won the last game against us. Can't remember what the score was, but they beat us. And yeah, match fitness is going to be an issue for Trapp, Blacker, and Klaas. But hopefully we've got enough on the bench. We stopped rotating a little bit, so the players might not be fit for it. But we'll give it a go anyway and see what we can do in this match. Now, I wasn't expecting us to be this high in the table when we were at the start of the season, really, because we had just come up. We were predicted to finish bottom of the league. So being able to be 7 points ahead of Hanover, who got relegated, it's kind of like a big step for us and kind of will allow us to push on next season quite a bit. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. Looking at their team, they've got John Cadetti up front, who's obviously a good goal scorer. Scored 13 in 27 or 29, 2 off the bench this season. Ron Robert Zieler in goal, and Julian Korb. They're kind of the main people that I recognise. So we'll get into this game. We will do the usual team team talk, and we will tell the players that we do expect to win this. We should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Klaas seems to do that, and we'll say that we have faith in all the other ones. Do a tunnel meeting as well, tunnel interview. We should be in a position to beat them, but we'll have to work hard to make sure. I mean, they're definitely not in great form at all, but we kind of have to beat them to kind of keep the pressure on and see what we can do in the build-up to next season. Obviously, 27 games gone, so we've got another 7 games, I think, to play after this. So hopefully, we can end this season how we hope to finish the next season. But they've got a corner now as the ball whips in. It's a bit juttery, and Anton scores 2 minutes in. Not ideal from a corner. The game's a little bit stuttery, but hopefully it will fix itself a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, Anton at the near post just headed it over. Agu doesn't even jump for it. But that's 1-0 down. Not ideal, but I mean, it puts Hanover 4 points behind us. realistically, we're probably not expected to finish much lower than 10th, probably. That's kind of the aim. Top half of the table, preferably. With 18 teams, that'll be top 9 if we can do. But John Guidetti just flicks it over our keeper, Korber. It's far from ideal, but I mean, Hanover are a side that's just been relegated, so you would expect them to be able to demolish a side who have recently been promoted, no matter what form table or what the form table suggests. But yeah, if we finish top half of the table, like obviously by no means that means that doesn't mean that we're going to get promoted next season, but it means that we could maybe have a push for next season. As Bennett's runs all the way through, and it's palmed behind by Zieler in goal to give us a corner. Corners don't really come to anything, so we will expect it to not. I say corners don't come to anything. They obviously scored from a corner earlier, and now they're countering from our corner as they put a cross in, and now they get their own corner. We're going to drop back from positive. We're going to go a bit more balanced, and we're going to tell them to demand more. We're going to see this corner highlight from them as Trap heads clear. Obviously, not the strongest side that we've got, so I'm not really expecting too much from the boys, to be honest. Klaas and Blacker are really not match fit, as well as Trap. It's kind of just whatever we can do with the three main players that we've got out, either injured, well, in Van Acken's case, injured and suspended, and the two boys in the middle on international duty. But they are just playing it around us with ease, 20 minutes into this game, and they go 3-0 up. We're going to go, I guess we're just going to go attacking. At this stage, there's nothing else really that's going to make this game change. We're going to hit early crosses. We're going to try and play it. We're not going to play it out from the back too much. We're going to distribute it to flanks. Play it to the boys that are stronger on the pitch. And yeah, so Korb just down this side has acres of space, can just drag it back into the centre for Muslia. Maybe the keeper should have done better. The header was pretty central. But yeah, Korb gets the goal. I mean, stats-wise, they've scored with all 3 shots on target. We've had 4 shots, 4 on target, but just their keeper's just better than ours, which I think is something that we'll have to improve on. We have got a keeper coming in on a free transfer, who I'm hoping will be very good. He's a Bundesliga 2 rated goalkeeper. It's Kieran O'Hara, who's currently on loan at Burton, on loan from Man United, and we've agreed to sign him on a free transfer. So hopefully he will do the business for years to come, hopefully stay with us. I think he's expecting to use the club as a stepping stone, but he's rated to be a Bundesliga, or tipped to be a Bundesliga ability keeper in the future, as Maynard gets 4 inside 23 minutes. But yeah, so him coming in could potentially push us towards promotion next year. Guidetti just, no one tackles him really. Is that Trap? Trap doesn't make the tackle. Could blame it on his match fitness, but probably not. Yeah, we'll always press him. Why not? Nothing else can hurt too much. As Bennett goes firing through, hits it wide. But yeah, we've got a few players joining us on free transfers in the summer already. And obviously we're going to have to bolster some of the players that will be leaving us. We've got a lot of loan players. You think like Schmidt is on loan, Van Acken's on loan, our goalkeeper's on loan. We've sorted out the goalkeeper issue. Bennett is on loan. Bennett is on a 2-year loan, but I think he's got an option to recall him. So they might decide to recall him in the summer, which would be a bit annoying because then we'll have to find a new left winger. And Bennett's actually been pretty decent this season. I think he's 3rd top goal scorer in the Bundesliga too. So to have a player that on loan from us who's 3rd in the rankings is kind of a bit annoying. That if he gets recalled, it'll be a bit devastating. We'll have to try and find someone else, or maybe see if we can get him back on loan. They're going close all the time. I think we're going to come off attacking. I don't think that was the right choice. We'll go to cautious, sit further back, try and counter-attack maybe. I don't think we're going to turn this 4-goal deficit around though. If I had a choice of games to show you, it probably wouldn't have been this. Well, obviously would have been this game, but not this result. And the annoying thing is, I haven't shown you the past results. We'll have a look at the previous fixtures after this game. But yeah, the previous fixtures we were doing really well after the winter break. We hadn't lost, I believe, but I will double check that. It's been about a week since I last played this save, so I'll have a look and see the fixtures. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we were doing quite well. Obviously, we're up to 6th in the league, so we couldn't have been doing that badly. And that was a foul on the edge of the box. Guganig has now been injured, which is a bit annoying. We're going to bring on Halbrock. Halbrock is he's a 19-year-old, I believe, youth prospect. So he's not amazing. I now regret clicking his name. 3-star, 4-star potential maybe. His determination's rocketed down, but he's got good heading, good tackling, fairly good marking for this league anyway, and very good positioning. So hopefully he can do the business. And yeah, I just feel like he's a slightly bit better than bringing on the other players who maybe aren't as match fit. He's been playing in the under-20, so he can play a little bit longer. But they nearly make it 3-0. 3-0. They nearly make it 5-0 before half-time, as that is half-time, and Guganig has now. He might. I don't know how long he'll be out for. We'll have to check for the rest of the. We'll check at the end of the game if he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Obviously, coming up to the last 7 games of the season, players, if it's just like a small injury, they potentially could miss the rest of the season. We've got a throw in now, Volts into trap. They're going to collect it, hopefully. Oh, back to the keeper, and they played it calmly. So this is the thing, they just played it round us. They look like they're in a bit of a sticky situation. They played it. Trap just ran out, completely out of position, and left their attacking player loads of space to get in behind him. And the whole team is playing a 7+ rating, apart from the sub striker, but he hasn't really been on the pitch long enough to do anything. Whereas we're not playing badly. We're playing badly. That was a terrible free kick by Trap. And they probably should be about 6 or 7-0 up in this game. We've been absolutely diabolical. We're going to make some subs, actually. Let's make some subs. Uim's played badly, so Perez is going to come on. Schmidt's going to go back out to that side. Mix as much up as possible. Obviously, the boys in the middle have not done well. But we don't really have that many midfielders. With 2 of them missing, I guess we bring Henning on, and we've already had a sub because of Guganig's injury, so that's all 3 subs used up in the 65th minute. So now we just got to hope, as Julian Korb scores his first goal of the season to make it 5-0 from the corner. We just got to hope that the boys on the pitch can try and keep this number down as much as possible, he says, as we are 5-0 down. I mean, it's pretty safe to say that this is not ideal. They've got another corner. Me, after saying that corners don't really do much in the game, they seem to be scoring for quite a few of them. It always seems to be second phase from corners that people score from. Korb with a save, but Haraguchi is offside. We're going to tell them to demand more. They're all focused. Well, some of them are focused. Henning and Perez aren't. They're just composed. But yeah, it's kind of been a weird season because we've never really been in the running for relegation, and we've never really been in the running for promotion. It's kind of just been a middling season. But from a team that I was expecting this season to be very much a relegation battle, and I think so did the board. So it's nice to see. Well, it's not nice to see that they make it 6. But it's nice to see that we are actually defying expectations. It's his first goal of the season as well. Prib. Everyone who's scored, it seems to score against me. It always seems to be one of their first goals of the season. It seems to be quite common, but we've not played well at all. This could be 7. Korba with a good save. I mean, he's a keeper on loan that is not ready for this league at all. We obviously didn't loan him in, and that's maybe our fault not getting in a better player, but we just didn't have the wages or any money to bring them in. And that is full time. That is 6-0. 6-0 defeat, and Guggenheim got injured. So we'll have to see how bad that injury is. I'm going to aggressively say the performance has shown me that there is much work to do, therefore we are training hard tomorrow. Perez seems motivated, but we lost 6-0, so Guggenheim won 100% of his tackles as well. But we can't really do anything when he's not on the pitch. And when he was on the pitch, it was 4-0, I think, at half-time, so he didn't really do much to stop them scoring. So as you can see, and as I said earlier, we will stay 6th in the league, 2 points behind 5th place in Nuremberg, but I mean the 3 at the top are the most dominant. Bochum lead it with 59, and then Hamburg in 2nd and Stuttgart in 3rd, both on 58. They basically just run away with it. They're going to be the ones that get promoted. It just depends on which order, which one has to go through the playoffs, and then try and beat whoever is 16th in the Bundesliga. But we are also 16 points off 16th place with 7 games to go, so 5 points will probably give us safety, I think, if the maths is right. So yeah, so we're pretty much safe, and it's just a shame that we don't have enough games left to try and break into that top 3. But let's just see how bad the injury is to Guggenheim. Hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, humiliation for Osnabrück. Guggenheim is going to be out for 3 to 4 weeks. So with both Guggenheim and Van Aken injured, it's going to create a slight problem for us. I'll send the assistant to the press conference, and I will, as promised, show you the fixtures from before, because we didn't really do that. So I think the last game was against Darmstadt. Since then, we beat Nuremberg 3-1. Bennett scored 2 and Perez got 1. Karlsruhe 0-0. I can't say that name. Erzgebirge Au. We beat them 2-0. St. Pauli we beat 4-2. They got a goal in the last minute, so we were pretty dominant in that game. Wiesbaden was a bit of a disappointing 2-2 draw. And then Arminia Bielefeld, we beat them 3-2. They got another goal in the last minute. So again, pretty dominant, but yeah, we got destroyed against Hanover. This is time where we flip the fixtures on its head, so we can see the ones they're now going this way. So the last game of the season against Dynamo Dresden will be the next episode. This episode's been a bit more rambly. I've tried to do it like all in one take. Just trying to try out different styles and things like that, and see which ones work. I will maybe in the future show highlights from other games. I just haven't set that up yet. I need to like make notes of which goals and stuff to bring you from which games. But I will do that for like maybe between here, and we will do the last game of the season, and then after that there'll be a roundup of the season, and then maybe looking at transfers and stuff before the start of the next season. So that brings the end of episode 7 of the Osnabrück journey. Links will be in the description for my Twitch and my Twitter. I've also set up a Discord, so I'll put the link in that. Feel free to join it. It's just talking about Football Manager, any other games, and just basically memes and stuff like that. If you want to get involved, head over that way. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.